Well, hi there. Welcome to Porch Time with Pam and to my favorite place in our home, my back porch. I'm so glad that you chose to join me today. It really means so very much to me. And again, thank you for the feedback that I've been getting in the comments. It really helps me to learn what you're thinking and maybe what we could share on later as we do more programs. But today, I want to talk to you about the word resolve. Is that a word that you meditate on often? Or is the word commitment something that you meditate or think on more often? Either way, I found that both of those things start with a decision. Yes, I said a decision. A trusted mentor shared with me a few years ago, and did it ever stick with me? I've never forgotten it. This is what he said to me: make the decision, commit to that decision every single day. Do the work necessary to support that commitment. That is where you will find success. It has absolutely nothing to do with luck. Resolve comes in when you decide every single day to stay with the plan that you put into place. Let me tell you where I get stuck. I get stuck because I tend to make a resolution, not a decision. And so, it's that January kind of thing. Oh, it's the first year I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to walk every day. Those are resolutions. It's that white knuckle it. I've made the decision. I'm gonna hang in there no matter what. Yeah. What I found that white knuckling and not really having a concrete decision in place, that tends to wear me out spiritually, emotionally, and physically. It tends to make me focus on what I'm giving up rather than what I'm gaining. And that never leads me down to a really good place. I don't know about you, but not me. So here's the process that I've come up with for breaking that cycle. I decide, then I set a goal. By that, I mean I write the goal down with a date. Because if you don't write a date down with your goal, it really is just a dream. It doesn't have anywhere to go. It's just stagnant. You need a dream attached. You need a goal attached to a date, so it's much more than a dream. And then I use the process of reverse engineering. I love this process when I learned it. What that really means, very simply, is that I write out the steps that are necessary to reach that goal. I set a timeline by setting those steps. I don't get crazy detailed about it. I do that later when I'm trying to work out the steps, but I absolutely must set the structure up so I know where I'm going. I have a map. I know where I'm headed. So that's what I do that for. I usually put it on paper in squares. I know that some people use circles. I put the main idea in the center of it, and then the supporting ideas all the way around it. I put deadlines on it, and then I map out the plan. It is absolutely not perfect. It is something that is evolving and being worked on. However, once I set my goal into operation or into the way I want to do it and set it up for structure, I rarely reset my original date of the main goal. I only adjust my steps as I need additional information or I'm collaborating with someone. I may have to adjust those small things, but I never readjust my main goal deadline. Here's an example of one of the goals that I've done. It's kind of one of my big ones right now. It's a 4-year plan of where I want to go and as far as business goes. It's got a circle in the middle with my main goal, and then it's got 4 components around it. This right here is one aspect of this thing that I wrote out almost a year ago that I've been working on. Like I said, it's about a 4-year plan. It's not going to happen overnight, but there are very basic things put in there that I work towards. Now let me give you a more simple goal. Everyone's working on their health. We all do it. We want to be better at something. We want to do different things. But you can also use this to finances, moving, all kinds of different things that you want to do. But when it comes to smaller goals, I tend to set a 90-day timeline. I will map out my weight. I will map out what I want to weigh. I want to map out what exercise I want to include, what I want to step up, what I may want to add. And then I check it each and every week, and I decide if I'm on track and where do I need to make that adjustment. Am I slacking off on time? Am I on point? Do I have space to add more for the next week? I make all of those week by week. At the end of the 90 days, or actually right before the end of the 90 days, I go ahead and set my next goal. I don't reach my goal and then set my next goal. That was a really big thing one of my other mentors taught me. Get that next goal in mind before you reach the goal you're working on right now. So you're not in no man's land for a time, because it'll get you stuck and it'll slow you down a little bit. So every 90 days. And what's cool about that was we get 4 of those a year. There's a book out there called The 12-Week Year that's awesome for helping you do things by 12 weeks. Sort of the same thing. Let's think about it for a minute. It would, in your mind, feel overwhelming if you say, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose 75 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds. That feels overwhelming. But could you write down the goal of I want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days? And then track it like crazy. And if you get ahead of the game, wonderful. If you get behind the game, find out what's going on so you can make the necessary adjustments so you won't get off track. It's just one of those things that you can do. I'll tell you one thing that I like to do. My best thinking doesn't come in front of my computer. My best thinking comes from when I'm sitting around driving somewhere, listening to praise and worship music, or even better, when my husband and I will hop into our Jeep, and we just go driving and dreaming is what we call it. And it just opens up my mind, and I can just listen. We don't have an agenda. We typically don't have a destination. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's not terribly important to us. We just get and go. We turn on some music that we love. Sometimes we don't have music on at all. We just share and dream and talk. Now, what I will do is that I will sometimes pull up my phone quickly, put notes in it, because sometimes he says some very profound things. Because as we're talking and he's listening to different things, he'll go, now, babe, I think you need to add this, or I don't think you need to do that again. He's my greatest cheerleader, but he's also the person that will set me straight and get me back on track a little bit quicker, because he listens so intently to what I say. And it's just one of his gifts that he has that I so appreciate. But I'll come back home with our notes later, maybe in the week, and I'll say, oh, where does this fit on this 4-year plan? Or where does this fit on the plan we have on a goal that we've set? And we'll put it in. I'll take it from the notes, and they're random. I don't even worry about it. But it's kind of cool. One of the things that doing this has done for me is that I've learned to lead with my gifts and talents and not my strong will. I know that for you who don't know me very well, may not understand that I'm a high D in the DISC profile. I own it. It just is who I am. I am strong-willed. When I set my mind to something, I'm going to accomplish it. Sometimes I do it in a healthy manner, and sometimes I don't. I will tell you that I do it in a healthy manner way more often than I used to, because I got the kind of help. And this is where these resetting goals have come from. I was tired of beating my head against the wall and being tired all the time. So I'm thankful for these lessons that I've learned. I want to tell you something, and you may not like it, but motivation is a fleeting thing. It may get you stirred up for the moment or hyped up for the moment, but it's going to take commitment to get you to the finish line. Going back to that decision and committing to that decision every day. That's what's going to get you there. Not motivation and white knuckling. I think motivation is a pretty word for white knuckling it, personally. Now, hey, I love a good motivational speech, but it's when I come home and write down those points from that speech and the application I'm going to have that makes the difference, not just the great motivational speech. I got to tell you something else. I've learned to replace my busyness with quiet time with God, so it increases my listening ability. It settles me, it refuels me, and then I can turn around when my cup is full, and I can pour into other people, and I can invest in them, and then I can actually build relationships that have meaning, that are not surface, that have no agenda. They can just be relationships for the beauty of relationships. Everything about my day goes better when I spend it in His presence. Years ago, it's probably been 11 now, when I was still working outside of the home, I would tell the office sometime if I ran a few minutes late, it's okay that I'm late because you didn't need me here until I had my time. Because getting refreshed and refueled made all the difference in my day. Because I had a very stressful job, and if I came in with my cup empty and tired and stressed out, I wasn't a very good employee, and I wasn't a very good friend, and I wasn't a very good coworker. But when I came in with my cup full, I could then pour back out and be someone that people wanted to be around. And so I just want to take a second and say I'm so happy that you're with me, and hopefully you're enjoying the things that I'm sharing. And I just want to remind you that it means all the world to me if you would like, share, and comment as we go along, because hopefully I'm making an impact on your life, and you want to make an impact on others' lives by sharing. So I just wanted to share that with you for a second. So I know that I've laid out a plan. It sounds like there's a lot of steps, and it might sound like it's complicated, but it's really not. It's simple, but it is not easy to do. Don't confuse those two. There are no shortcuts for making a commitment or replacing a bad habit with a healthy habit. Doesn't matter if it's money, relationships, health, child rearing, parenting, doesn't matter. Shortcuts just don't get you where you want to go. It takes time and consistency, and it takes tools and mentorship. You've heard me speak, if you've known me at all, about mentorship and coaching. I believe in it with my whole heart. I have coaches. I have a business coach. I have a personal health coach. We have a marriage coach. I believe in getting wisdom where I don't have any. Here's the truth. I know what I know, but I don't know what I don't know. So I need to go to someone who's walked that path that can say, yes, I've been here. This is the path. Or this is a path. Sometimes it's just getting their wisdom and adapting it to your special needs and circumstances. Like I can get business coach experience from someone who's not in my field, but I can take their tips and tools and adapt them to my field. I'm taking their wisdom and applying it at that moment. So you know how I feel about mentorship and threads. And I do believe mentorship is something to be respected. I wildly respect my mentors. I don't have to talk to them every day, every week, but I love them for what they have chosen to share with me. And I certainly hope that my mentees feel the same way about it too. I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts for today. These are things I think on. Every day I thank my past for lessons that I've learned, and that gives me the opportunity to walk free into my future. I don't hang on to them. I forgive. I forget sometimes. I forgive, period. And then over time, forgetfulness happens. It's not in the forefront of my mind. And I choose to let go of it and go, instead of saying, oh, I did this so poorly. I did that so poorly. Parenting, oh my goodness, I have grown children. And I still have moments of like, man, I messed that up. If I dwell there, I'm a really lousy mom today. But I can say, wow, thank you for that lesson learned. And I will tell you that having grandchildren, you look at some of your parenting, and there's some moments I go, oh, I could have done that better. And there's some moments I'm like, okay, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, all right, let's move on. But I'm always thankful for the lessons I've learned. And then I can let go of it and move on and walk into now. I don't live in the past. I live in the present. Here's another one I want you to think about a little bit. Today, make the decision to go and create. Don't sit and wait. Like I said a while ago, you can hear a great motivational speech, but so what if you don't do anything with it? If you don't go apply it? You have to apply what's spoken to you that resonates with your heart and your life. Go seek it out for yourself. And I really, really hope that what I've shared today is that you don't give up on yourself as you identify what's working, what's not working in your particular life, what's going on in your world. Even maybe you've been exposed, as we've been speaking, about places you're white-knuckling it, and you're just tired. It's okay. You don't have to white-knuckle it anymore. Make a decision to go set the goal that gets you where you really want to go, and then reverse engineer it to get the roadmap to get you there. And most importantly, celebrate along the way. Don't wait for the 100-pound weight loss. Don't wait for the $1 million to come in. Celebrate the 1,000. Celebrate the car being paid off. Celebrate the mortgage being paid. Celebrate your kids graduating high school. Not just, oh, they're going to college. Celebrate they graduated high school. Then celebrate that they're going to college. So that's a good thing. So each thing takes the time to celebrate. And I mean, set little celebrations. Don't just set big ones. When I work with different people, I'll say, okay, this is your goal. What are you going to do for yourself when you reach it? 9 out of 10 times they go, I have no idea. Okay, what? Do you like to go to a spa? Do you like to go play golf? Do you like to spend the day at the park? Do you want to spend 3 hours reading? It can be something so simple. But when we don't take the time to celebrate and we just jump into the next goal, when we get close to the next goal, we're like, okay, I'm going to hit it. No, go ahead and celebrate like crazy, because it will just benefit you spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. And then get ready to go, set that next goal, and map that thing out and go for it. I honestly would love to hear if something has sparked a decision in you today. You can contact me through social media. You can leave a comment here, and it'll start a great conversation, because then I will know what you're thinking, and it'll give me feedback for more more programs down the road. Just means a lot to me to get your comments and your feedback. I've gotten a lot of people have texted me already, and different things that I just can't even tell you what it means to me. So join the party. I want you to DM me. It's great. And I really hope you've enjoyed our time today on the porch. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your time is valuable to me, and the fact that you spent some of it with me today is amazing. So make sure you hit the bell to get notifications, and as always, comment, share, like, and subscribe, and of course, follow me on social media. And don't forget that you're going to be able to find me every Sunday at 9 a.m. on the porch. See you next time on the porch. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the bell button to get notifications. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Of course, I would love for you to follow me on social media. Until next time, see you on the porch.